The silent depths of the world's oceans, where pressure can crush steel and darkness stretches endlessly, the United States Navy once created something so advanced, so expensive, and so far ahead of its time that only 3 were ever built. This is the story of the Seawolf-class nuclear-powered attack submarines, a machine designed not just to dominate the Cold War, but to redefine what undersea warfare could be. The Seawolf program was born in the final, tense years of the Cold War. During the 1980s, U.S. naval intelligence closely monitored the rapid progress of Soviet submarine technology. New Soviet boats were becoming quieter, faster, and deeper diving, threatening to challenge American dominance beneath the waves. The U.S. Navy needed a response, not just an upgrade, but a generational leap. What followed was an ambitious plan to build the most powerful attack submarine ever conceived. Seawolf was designed with one purpose above all others: total superiority in submarine-to-submarine combat. Every line of its hull, every system inside it, and every decision in its construction revolved around stealth, speed, and lethality. This was not a submarine meant to patrol coastlines or launch cruise missiles at land targets. This was a hunter, built to stalk and destroy enemy submarines before they ever knew it was there. From the outside, Seawolf already hinted at its uniqueness. Its hull was larger than previous attack submarines, yet smoother and more refined. The shape reduced hydrodynamic drag and minimized noise, allowing it to glide through the ocean with an almost ghost-like presence. Beneath that hull was high-strength steel capable of diving deeper than nearly any submarine before it, giving Seawolf the advantage of operating in parts of the ocean that were inaccessible to its adversaries. Stealth was where Seawolf truly set itself apart. The submarine used advanced sound-dampening materials, raft-mounted machinery, and an extremely quiet nuclear reactor design. Every rotating component, every pump, and every moving part was isolated to reduce vibration. The goal was simple: make Seawolf so quiet that enemy sonar would be nearly useless. In many scenarios, Seawolf could hear its enemy long before the enemy could even suspect it was being tracked. Speed was another defining feature. Powered by a nuclear reactor producing immense energy, Seawolf could move faster underwater than most submarines could ever hope to, all while remaining remarkably silent. This combination of speed and stealth meant it could position itself exactly where it needed to be, whether that meant intercepting an enemy submarine or evading detection in hostile waters. Then there was firepower. Seawolf carried 8 torpedo tubes instead of the usual 4 found on many attack submarines. This allowed it to launch a devastating salvo of torpedoes or missiles in rapid succession. Its internal magazines could store a massive payload of weapons, including heavyweight torpedoes and cruise missiles. In a theoretical undersea battle, Seawolf could engage multiple targets with overwhelming force and still remain hidden. Yet despite all this power and technological brilliance, the Seawolf program would never reach its original vision. The end of the Cold War changed everything. As the Soviet Union collapsed, the primary threat Seawolf was designed to counter began to fade. At the same time, the cost of building these submarines became impossible to ignore. Each Seawolf-class submarine cost billions of dollars, making it one of the most expensive submarines ever constructed. The original plan called for dozens of Seawolf submarines to replace older attack boats across the fleet. Instead, budget cuts and shifting strategic priorities forced the Navy to scale back dramatically. In the end, only 3 Seawolf-class submarines were built, making them some of the rarest and most exclusive war machines in American history. The first was USS Seawolf, the namesake of the class. It represented the purest form of the original design, optimized for deep ocean combat and high-end warfare. The second, USS Connecticut, followed closely, incorporating minor improvements while maintaining the same core mission. These 2 submarines embodied the Cold War mindset: fast, deadly, and built to fight peer adversaries in the open ocean. The third and final submarine, USS Jimmy Carter, was something entirely different. While based on the Seawolf design, it was extensively modified for a unique and highly classified role. Its hull was lengthened to include a special multi-mission platform, allowing it to carry advanced equipment, deploy special forces, and conduct covert operations that remain largely undisclosed. Jimmy Carter became a symbol of how the Seawolf design could be adapted for the shadowy world of modern undersea intelligence and special missions. Although only 3 were built, the influence of Seawolf extended far beyond its small numbers. The technologies developed for the class directly shaped the next generation of American submarines, particularly the Virginia class. Lessons learned in stealth, sonar, and reactor design helped create a more affordable yet highly capable platform that could be produced in greater numbers. Even today, the Seawolf-class submarines remain among the most capable attack submarines in the world. Their deep diving ability, extreme quietness, and unmatched speed still give them advantages in certain missions where absolute performance matters more than cost. When they deploy, they represent the very peak of undersea warfare technology. The story of Seawolf is not one of failure, but of ambition colliding with reality. It shows what happens when engineers are given nearly unlimited freedom to create the ultimate weapon, and how global politics can abruptly change the fate of even the most advanced projects. Only 3 were built, but those 3 continue to patrol the oceans as silent reminders of a time when the United States was preparing for a conflict that never came. In the depths, where nations compete without flags or headlines, Seawolf remains a legend. A submarine designed to be unseen, unheard, and unstoppable. Built in an era of fear and rivalry, it now serves in an age of uncertainty, carrying forward a legacy that proves sometimes, even a handful of machines can change the course of military history.